Well, hello, friends of the internet. It's Chris Wood from Rising Phoenix YouTube channel, and my channel is about mental health, specifically about PTSD, occupational stress injury, anxiety, and depression. So today I'm going to talk about self-care. Before I became sick, about 2.5 years ago, I wasn't really looking after myself. I was married to the force. When it came to self-care, that was like way low on the priority list. It was looking after everybody else first. Sound familiar? With self-care, it was something that I really had to learn about, which I did. And I'm very blessed because I had the opportunity to learn about self-care and realize the importance of self-care. Because what's going to happen eventually is for me, I would just eventually I'd be taking on. And how would I cope? I would drink. That's about it. I used to think that training, getting a good workout in, was looking after myself. In a way, it was to a certain degree. I was able to release some stress and whatnot. But at the end of the day, not nearly enough. That's all I basically did for myself. Now, I put myself first. I have to put myself first. I am not good if I'm feeling sad or depressed, angry, whatever the case may be, and I don't look after that. It's just going to sit there and sit there and sit there in my gut until one or two things are going to happen. It's going to affect me physically, so my tummy will get really upset, or I'll get a headache, or I'll get a lower backache. And I would just, before I would just say, it's not a big deal, I'll just take some Advil and keep moving, because keep moving. Didn't have time to sit still. Other thing that could happen is just drinking. Pardon my language, but fuck everything and drink until I didn't feel anything anymore. Some of the things that I will do that work for me could be something like, it really depends. Sometimes I might stay in a trigger for a little bit, like something that triggered me, and I'm in that mode. I'm in that behavior. It's challenging to get out of it. I know that's what's happening to me, but I'm still having difficulty getting out of that state of mind. What I might just do is, I'll take the afternoon off. I might have a nap. I might watch a funny movie or a TV show. I might binge on Netflix. It's okay to binge on Netflix every once in a while. So I might binge on Netflix and watch a funny show. I might have a bath or a hot shower. I might take my dogs for a little walk in the woods with my partner. I might just get some lovings from my puppies, like my dogs. They know when something is not up with me, and they are by my side. My Portuguese water dog is really good at figuring that out, and he'll get a toy or something, and he'll want me to play with him. He'll paw me. He will not leave me alone until I get my butt off the couch and do something. So thank God for my animals, my furry children. I may meditate. There's a lot of good apps out there for meditation that are free or that you have to pay for. There's even some really good, if you were to utilize YouTube and search. Jason Stevenson is one of my favorite for meditation. Other things that I like to do is I have a specific playlist called Resilience that I'll put on. I could be in the vehicle. I could be at home. I'll put on my earbuds at home or go for a walk and just listen to my playlist. I might listen to a feel-good podcast as well. There's a lot of great podcasts out there. I've also slept in. If I was having a crappy day and I just wanted more sleep, I'll sleep in. And that's okay. That's okay to do that. Taking time for yourself is okay. Another thing that I'd like to do is, I've already mentioned this before, visualization. pick a place that you, whatever that might be, or people that you want to be around, whatever the case, and visualize that. Just, it's kind of a form of meditation, really. Or, even better, if you're able to go to your safe place, then go to your safe place. There's an acronym that I am familiar with that I utilize on a regular basis, and it was more, I utilized it a lot in treatment. It was specifically for alcohol abuse or addictions, but it also plays into PTSD, anxiety, depression, occupational stress injuries. It still plays into that. It's a way to have an idea if you're doing okay or not. Kind of just sort of taking a minute, and measuring yourself. So it's called HALT, H-A-L-T. H stands for hungry. A stands for angry. L stands for lonely. And T stands for tired. So if I have more than one of those happening, then I need to change my state of mind and change my behavior. Otherwise, it's not going to get any better. Another tool that I like to use is I will measure my feelings, my mood on a scale from 1 to 100, we'll say. And if I'm feeling like, I could just ask myself, well, how am I feeling right now? Well, I'm at about a 90, which at that point, if I'm that high, I'm flooding, meaning that there's so many emotions going on right now, and I am just tunnel vision, and I'm not really thinking straight. I'm all here, right? There's no logic going on at that particular time. I need to take care of myself right away. What does the flight attendant say on the plane when they're going through their little demo on how to put your seatbelt on and to put, the oxygen mask and all that stuff? You need to look after yourself first before you look after anybody else, right? Otherwise, if you're not looked after, no oxygen, whatever the case, how are you going to be able to look after your child or somebody else that you're caring for? It's the same sort of thing. You're not going to you won't be able to read this, but this is a relapse cycle. And again, I mean, it's utilized for addictions, but it could also be utilized for PTSD, anxiety, and depression, occupational stress injuries. And what I wanted to sort of go through with you is that if I'm feeling certain feelings, and this is just checking in with yourself, you can check in with yourself in the morning when you get up. You can check in with yourself in the evening before you go to bed. You can utilize a journal to do that if you wish. I have done that. Or just in your mind. You just say, hey, how am I feeling right now? Right? As part of your nighttime and morning routine, perhaps. I don't know. But if I am feeling any of these, false pride, meaning that, I have all the answers. Nobody else can help me. I know myself. Nobody else does. Or being phony. I don't know if that's the best terminology, but hiding your feelings. Basically saying, hey, I'm good. Everything's great. And then it's not so good. You're shrinking inside. Being dishonest to yourself, dishonest thinking, minimalizing things, basically, you know what? I just had a bad trigger, but no problem. I'll be good. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. I have all these things that I got to do today, and they got to get done. So, right? Perfectionism is another really good one. If I'm feeling like I'm in that state of mind, I am way too hard on myself. That will go hand in hand with being phony, the false pride, the dishonest thinking, and other things like fear, fear of losing everything, being lonely, self-pity. Tolerance is another one. If you're feeling that way, you're yelling, you have little patience or zero patience, and you're feeling very frustrated and that sort of thing. Again, any of those types of behaviors kind of fall under the HALT in a way. I am going to end up there. False self, dishonesty, abuse, perhaps death if it came down to it, if I started drinking again. I've kept this since I was in treatment, which was a year and a bit ago. And I just put it on my cork board in my office, and I look at it all the time. If you're feeling this sort of way, what is it that you're going to do? You need to change your state of mind. And this is what I discussed with you already, some of the things that I utilized. Another thing that I want to talk to you about is friends or people that you can trust, that know what's going on. Give them a call. It's okay to ask for help. You never know. They could be going through something similar to you, and you both could, work through it together, so to speak, right? So when you're feeling like that, or you're feeling you have more than 2 or 3 of those words in halt going on, get rid of that pride, get rid of that freaking ego, and do it. It's just being aware of what's going on inside you and doing something about it, and really working on not staying in that state for a long period of time. If you have any comments about self-awareness, what sort of things stand out for you, or what stood out for you with what I talked about, what you will use in a situation like that, how do you become aware of things that are going on with you? Put it in the comments below. I'd love to see them. And please click that like button and smash that notifications button, and you will be informed of when a new video is coming out. I wish you a great weekend wherever you are on this planet. Be safe, and we'll see you soon.